Oh, yeah, I understand.
Good morning, everyone. Happy trails. Good morning. Good morning. Man. All right. If you'd like to settle in your seats and just take some nice, comfortable breath. Breathe into your heart. That's right. Just a nice, comfortable breath. Go into your heart, that happy place of seeing one another and walking into fellowship with Source. If you'd like to join me in prayer, breathe again into that quiet meeting place of your heart, where we can hear the loving and wise voice of Spirit. Breathe. And we are so thankful for this new day, new possibilities, new energy, new ideas on our life path. And so we celebrate here in our sanctuary with beautiful music, voices, and words that uplift us and give us hope and harmony. May we also envision a peaceful earth, our brothers and sisters uniting together with peaceful hearts and peaceful solutions, especially in the coming days and weeks. And so may you enjoy this day, and may this joy stay with you, whatever is happening in your life. May this joy always be with you throughout the day, weeks, years. We are so thankful for this time, for our divine and beautiful birthright of Spirit, of God, and that universal love and light. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you. What a beautiful way to start our service. So if you would, please stand and we'll sing our opening song together.
Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet
So please remain standing, and we will say our mission statement together. We are a spiritual community inspiring transformation through love, joy, and integrity. So please be seated. All right, good morning again. We're so happy to have everybody here this morning. And at Unity of East Louisville, we like to say, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. And I know that we have a lot of new faces here today. If we have any first-time visitors and you would like a welcome packet, if you didn't get one, please raise your hand and our ushers will bring one to you. So first of all, I want to thank everybody who made today's service possible. There's so many things that go on behind the scenes. And thank you to our ushers and greeters. Thank you to our chaplains who will be up here to pray with you after the service. Thank you to Pat and Les who are doing our PowerPoint and our sound this morning. Thank you to the always amazing Don. And he might get tired of hearing it, but he really is so amazing. We're so happy every Sunday. Yes. And today we are especially honored to have Tyrone Cotton here with us as our special musician. And we have our very own amazing also, Reverend Valerie Mansfield, who's going to be speaking on, yes, absolutely, Integral Christianity, Navigating Modern and Postmodern Consciousness. So I just have a few announcements. First of all, if you haven't turned off your cell phone, please do that for us. This coming Friday is the ladies' luncheon. Please see Kathy. Kathy, you want to raise your hand? Kathy, if you intend to go. It's going to be at the Olive Garden on Hurstbourne Lane, so that's always a great time. Also, there is a book study for Integral Christianity. It's going to be at Colleen's house, but it's facilitated by Natasha. And there's also a sign-up sheet on the back counter if you want to attend that. And then today is our community meeting. You just stay afterwards, have some food, and ask questions of the board. The board and Reverend Val will be here so you can ask questions of them. I think one of the most difficult parts of platforming, especially for me when Tracy's not here, is trying to fill her big shoes of a dad joke. But I have one for you. So what is the difference between black-eyed peas and chickpeas?
I give up.
The black-eyed peas can sing us a song, but chickpeas can only hum us one. So there you go. Okay. Now's the time for our divinity greeting, so please stand and greet one another in love and joy. so much love and joy in this room, but if we could make our way back to our seats. And Dawn is going to lead us in the song, Holy, Holy Way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. In a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall. Let me learn from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. And let me care for those around the world. Oh, let my steps reveal the path of peace. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
How perfect. The word for today is loving. The boundless love of God expresses through me. I am loving. To be loving means to be kind, understanding, and generous. It means forgiving grievances easily and seeking to understand myself and others. In striving to be loving towards others, I begin with myself. Exercising self-compassion when I make a mistake makes forgiving others easier. Taking time for self-care makes it more natural for me to be a nurturing presence for others. Treating myself well helps me make my generosity spontaneous and frequent. Love is the very nature of God. I am a spiritual being, which means love is my nature too. Through my loving nature, I am positive, optimistic, hopeful, and faith-filled. I am the heart and hands of God on earth. I am loving. Scriptures from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 and 7. Love is patient, love is kind. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. The word for today is loving.
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God, sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are blessed peace. Blessed peace is all that you are. You are blessed peace, God. Blessed peace is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are deepest joy, deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy, God, deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God, sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are.
now, as we take this time just to rest, take a deep breath in and allow your body to be supported by the chair beneath you. Lean back and let go. Being present to this holy space in this point in time. Taking another deep breath in and letting go of all the thoughts and the rush of this morning. Allowing yourself just to be. To begin to connect with that inner self, that inner guidance, that light, whatever name you call that divine mind that is alive in you. Feeling the breath moving through the body. With each inhale and exhale. Feeling the energy all around us. And settling deeper into our heart space. If you haven't already closed your eyes, I invite you to close your eyes. Or to find a spot in the room to focus. If you feel called, place your hand on your heart for that deeper connection to that heart space, that divine love. Now begin to see that golden light of life flowing all around you. And entering into the top of your head, to that crown chakra, feeling that energy pulsating throughout your whole being and all around you. Slowly drawing the golden healing light in a gentle swirl, bringing peace to the presence. Continuing to allow that gentle golden swirl to move through you, lighting up any areas of concern, of darkness, of sorrow. Any redness or anger in the body, in the soul. We fill it with the golden light and transform it into love. And as we continue to allow that golden light to move from our heart into our belly, into that sacred space of being and knowing our truth, we continue just to allow it to move and dislodge anything that is no longer true for us. Allowing the beliefs to shift and the knowing to grow. You are sacred love. You are blessed. You are a beloved being of spirit. You are never separated from the one source that is everywhere present. now we continue to move down into our root chakra, and that historical belief system that we have in the lower consciousness of our development of humanity. And we allow that golden energy to infuse that and know that it is transforming and growing into a new you, a new being of consciousness. We let go of the beliefs that are not true for us any longer. We become present to this now moment, to this divine time with our Creator, God, Spirit. And we allow the energy to flow through us completely into Mother Earth, being transformed into good. And right now, we take a moment to rest in the knowing and the being with Spirit in the silence. And now we take a breath and we begin to move our fingers and our toes to feel life flowing through us. Knowing that in the quiet, we transform. And as we continue to allow the energy to flow from each individual cell in our bodies into the mass of who we are, into this sacred holy space of community. We share that love, that light with each other. We embrace each other. And we send that forward into this community, this neighborhood, filled with love and light in every home. Whatever that might look like. And every being in our city is blessed by the love that we expand outward over our whole community, knowing that each soul is blessed. We continue to expand that energy outward across the state, across the United States, the continent, and around the globe. We encircle all beings in that loving, golden, healing light of love. And so it is.
found a way to live. Just like I never could before. And I know I don't have much to give. But I can open any door. Everybody knows the secret. Everybody knows the score. I have finally found a way to live in the color of the road. I have finally found a place to live, just like I never could before. And I know I don't have much to give, but soon I'll open any door. Everybody knows the secret. Everybody knows the score. I have finally found a place to live in the presence of the Lord.
Thank you, Tyrone. Is that one of yours?
No, it's
No?
Stevie Winwood track.
Oh, that's a good one. All right. Well, welcome everybody. For those of you that are new today, that are just joining us, we are in our third week of our book study series, which is called Integral Christianity, A Spirit's Call to Evolve. And it is about consciousness. And it's about humanity's consciousness and the changes and evolution of each and every one of us and where we are today and what the possibilities are for the future. And the reason why I chose this book, and some people are like, oh my gosh, what's she doing now? Is because I think it's important that we all look and know where our beliefs come from. That we really look at what it is that we do believe and if it's true or not for us. Because if it's not true, it's creating conflict, right? It doesn't sit well with us, but we don't know why. And so using this book as that exploratory avenue to really look at what it is, as Sandra said, is the BS in our life, the belief system, right? So Sandra did a great job last week talking about the tribal, warrior, and traditional consciousness and how they helped our BS, a belief system, I love that, to grow. And what many of us think, because most of us in this room, as we've said, come from some type of traditional Christian background at some level. Either our grandparents or great-grandparents, somewhere in the culture of Christianity in the Western world. Our nation was founded on it. This morning on my way in, I was listening to NPR, which I always do on Sunday mornings, and they actually had a talk series on this exact topic. And I was like, wow, the whole world is in line with what I'm thinking right now. And that was amazing because our culture was created with an understanding of Christianity. And even though many of us here are moving maybe away from that, it is the foundation of our belief system. And I think that's important for us to understand. Because 40 to 50% of the world's population is still in the attitude of traditional consciousness, which means the traditional evangelical Christian consciousness. That's important for us to understand when we are working and in relationships with others in the world. Because without that understanding, there's this right and wrong mentality. And remember what I always say, there's where we're at and where we're growing to. There's no right and wrong. It's not black and white. It's all of it, right? So 65 to 80% of the population is in the pre-modern stage, either in tribal, warrior, or traditional consciousness. So think about that. That's a lot of people who don't think like most of us in this room think. So today I'm going to discuss the modern and postmodern. I'm going to hit the slide. So you can see levels of consciousness in the Christian faith. I'm going to look at the modern and postmodern today, and later we'll get into the integral and what that means and where we're going to. So the modern church is relatively new. It started about 500 years ago in the West during the Renaissance and Reformation periods and moved into Enlightenment in the last 200 years. This is how fast our consciousness is now evolving. So we've gone from 500 years to 200 years, and actually in the last 100 years, we've moved more into the postmodern stage in our consciousness. So what it means is the modern stage is the questioning stage. How many of you ever questioned your religious beliefs? How many of you ever questioned what your parents told you was right and wrong? Yeah. We began to be free thinkers, rational, and achievement-oriented, right? There's an estimated 15 to 30% of the population that is in the modern category. Now think about that for a minute. 15 to 30% are free thinkers. Everybody else believes the old way. Take a breath and just know this too shall pass. The modern culture has seen a decline in religion, right? We've all seen a decline in church attendance, right? And that's because we're moving away from that traditional church mentality to seeking spirit differently. So seeking spirit outside of church. How many of you have done that? How many of you have gone to workshops and seminars trying to figure out what this is all about? Yeah. How many come on Friday nights to the crystal ball meditations? That kind of thing. That is what folks are moving to and through right now. The modern church has a strong sense of historical Jesus, right? Jesus as a living person, not the Savior, but as our way shower, someone that we can model in value and in deed without being saved. Because what? There's nothing to save us from except our own selves, our own thinking. That's pretty radical for a lot of people. We look at the Bible scientifically. And in Unity, we do it through metaphysics. So Unity and New Thought are the modern church. So that's the 15 to 30%. Christian Science, religious science, Unity, all the New Thought, divine science, that makes up 30% of the population. The postmodern church started about 150 years ago. So already we've changed very quickly from modern to postmodern. What does that mean? It began here in 1960. And it contributes to the chaos and the confusion that we see in the world. Postmodernism really says reality is not just subjective, it is also what we believe reality is, which creates skepticism of our universal principles or claims. So part of what we have here at the Course of Miracles is part of the postmodern thinking. Is it real? Is it an illusion? What is reality? And so as we grow in our own consciousness, we question all of this. And it affects all of us as individuals if we don't know what we believe. Because then we're in chaos and we're in confusion and we're running around trying to figure out what the next thing is that's going to fix me. But guess what? You're not broken. You're part of an evolutionary consciousness of humanity. And so there's really no separating us from any of this. We are part of this big pot of goo. So take a breath and be okay right where you're at. There's no right or wrong for it. There's where we're at consciously and what we're growing through. You want to show the next slide? So really, the modern believes in absolute truth. The postmodern believes in our truth. Very individualized. Modern, facts and logic are important. Postmodern, feelings and experiences are important. Modern, limits to scientific exploration. Postmodern, explores spiritual exploration. Modern, absolute values. Postmodern, it's all relative. So think about that for a minute. Where do you fit into this? Are you in both spectrums of that consciousness? Are you somewhere on the outside looking in, trying to figure it all out? Have you gone beyond the postmodern in your explorations? Because some of us have. And even in Unity right now, we are going through this quandrum as the chair of Unity Worldwide Ministries. I can say this, that there's a lot of confusion about who Unity really is and how we are going to be in the future in the unfoldment of all of this chaos in our world. And what do we really stand for? And who do we really want to be when we grow up? Because we're only 135 years old. Right now, you can take that down. Today, Unity of Cincinnati, Unity New Thought of Cincinnati, is celebrating their 125th anniversary. Right? This fall, Unity of Louisville is 128. Is that right? Something like that? That's about right. But, and what that means is that the consciousness in this city of this postmodern epic was one of the first to be birthed after Unity in Kansas City. Because it came to Louisville first and then went to Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a new thought before they became Louisville. It's all relative to our growth here in this community, in this church, as being mission-centered now instead of minister-centered. It's why we shifted into that capacity of all of us being in this together and to help each other grow and to help each other learn how to love better, to be in relationships that are healthy and normalized as healthy. And that's what the whole Unity movement is shifting into. And all of that, because you still have this egocentric, minister consciousness in a lot of our communities, there's all this conflict. And I get letters every day from this one or that one or that one or that one and saying, what are we doing? I don't know. We're all trying to be the best that we can in this consciousness rising up in a spiral, right? So if you know anything about spiral dynamics, who knows about spiral dynamics? All right, so a little bit of what happens is we all started down here, right, in consciousness when we began to think. And so as it rises up, it came into a tribal state, which is, you know, the tribe is what keeps us safe, right? We hunt together, we run in a pack, we do everything together. You see that a lot in gangs in the city right now. Then you get into the warrior consciousness, right? Well, as you go up, you always slip back down. And when you slip back down, there's this chaos and confusion. And that's where we're at right now in the United States. In our political system, in our value system, we are in that postmodern process and shifting upward and then back down. And when you're in the downward motion, that's when the chaos comes in. So most of society right now is trying to figure out the traditional to the modern. Right? They're trying to shift their consciousness from that old belief system into a new way of being. Lots of confusion. Then you have us, crazy people, it's what most people think of us, that are out here really doing the work, right? We're going beyond the church walls. We're proving scientifically that peace is possible through prayer and meditation. We did it. 2 years, we reduced the violence. It started a violent reduction grassroots program in Louisville. There's 400 organizations that are now working together after we did our research. We all came together at a summit, and now they're all working together to reduce violence in the city. And now we're at the next stage, right? We keep moving, and so we're moving it forward into the Peace 2030. So what does peace look like in 2030? How fast can we move everybody from the traditional into the modern to the postmodern as we move into integral? So that's why all of this is relative to our beliefs. What is it that you truly believe? What is your foundation of belief, and what are you willing to let go of that no longer serves you in this world right now today? That's the question. That's the whole reason why we're reading this book, why we're having the class on Wednesday nights. There's some great thinkers that happen and conversations that go on Wednesday nights. And now there's Tuesday night, there's another book study that's going to start happening at Colleen's house with Natasha leading it. So really begin to live into your own being, because what's going to come up next is next week, Ramesh is going to talk about Jesus and how Jesus has been transformed through our consciousness. And then we're going to start looking at our own shadows. Ooh, talk about scary. What does that do to us? And how do we relate those shadows? And how do we heal that unrest that's within us? And Kristen's going to help us she's going to do a workshop on shadow work. So there's a lot going on that's intentional. It's intentional to let us look at the BS that we're carrying around with us and let it go. And really look at where we're at right now and what we believe. And know that that too will change, and it's okay. It's okay. So breathe, take a breath, and just be on for the ride. I love you. I bless you. I behold the living Christ in
friends were all misunderstood. They say we stand for nothing, and there's no way we ever could. Now we see everything's going wrong with the world and those believe. But we just feel like we don't have the means to rise above and be. So we keep waiting, waiting for the world to change. Keep waiting, just waiting for the world to change. It's hard to be consistent when you're standing at a distance. So we keep waiting, waiting on the world to change. Now if I had the power to bring my neighbors home from the war, they would have never missed a Christmas. No more ribbons at the door. And if you trust the television, what you get is what you got. It's when they own the information, they did all they want. So we keep waiting, waiting for the world to change. We keep waiting, waiting on the world to change. It's not that we don't care, we just know they're fighting bad. So we keep waiting, waiting for the world to change.
Wow, I don't know about you, but I'm so happy I'm here today to hear Tyrone and Dawn and Valerie and to be with all these beautiful souls. Thank you all. So it's that time in our service. We take our offerings in our hand and we can say our prosperity blessing together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
Spirit, we are so thankful for these beautiful gifts given with generosity and love from the heart. And may they bless our church home and our spiritual community and beyond. And we are so thankful. So it is. Amen.
Rebecca, you can stay because I invite all of our chaplains to come to the front and they will be here to pray for you after the service if you have a prayer need. So right now we are going to say the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. We have children?
They won't come into the peace song. We'll just sing the peace
We
song.
will then stand and sing the peace song together.
there is peace.